Can a whiskey with low proof have any flavors? Well, I'm about to review this 80 proofer. Let's go. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways. I'm Doc Martinez, and today I'm going to review this Milam and Greene. It's their new one. It's called Provisions. When I got this bottle, I was not expecting to review it. I got it. Lots of marketing going on. I was ordering some stuff, and I thought, why not try it? Why not try it? And it's 80 proof. 80 proof. I like Milam and Greene stuff, so normally I do like trying their stuff. They have different things, and you know, Milam and Greene is a Texas distillery, but they distill some in Texas, they distill some in Bardstown, and sometimes they'll age it here, sometimes they mix it. You know, they do a lot of things with it. So it's not a true Texas whiskey in the fact that it's like a certified Texas whiskey where it's only made in Texas, but they got a lot of fun stuff. A lot of fun stuff. I like what they're doing. I like the stuff that they're coming out with. But then they released this, an 80 proofer. I was like, why? You have so much other good stuff, so much nice high proof. Well, I popped this open and I tried it, and it surprised me. It pleasantly surprised me. So I decided, you know what? I need to take the time, sit down, and just kind of really dive into this one and give it a score and review it. So that's what we're going to be doing next. So let's pop this open. And let this sit on the side over here. All right, so I got my book out and ready to jump into this one. As always, anytime I do a review, I love to share. So stay tuned and find out how you can win a sample of this. Let's go in for this. Let's look at this. Now, for something that's 80 proof, it actually has a very nice color to it. It is not very light like you'd expect with an 80 proofer. So for a long time, I thought it said 88 proof, and it's 80 proof, 80 proof bottle. All right. Let's see how this looks on the glass. Once again, something 80 proof, sticking to the glass. It's just hanging in there. Has nice characteristics on this, you know. Look, there it is, starting to form now, but it's starting to come down pretty evenly. Not too many legs, not too much runniness. A few areas here and there where it's run a little bit, but for the most part, kind of coming down pretty evenly. So let's go in for that first one. Aroma. On the nose, it smells like a good whiskey, or a good bourbon, I should say. You get that sweetness, you get the vanilla, some citrus notes, a little bit of oak in there as well. And usually you don't get that on something lower proof like that. You don't get that oakiness too much. There's that citrus in the background's nice. And of course, you know, you get that caramel. So overall, a good just nose overall for a bourbon like you'd expect. Now, are they calling? Yeah, this is a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys. I was making sure it's just a bourbon. I didn't know if they're doing a whiskey blend. So for aroma, I'm going to give that a solid 7. Flavors. Let's go in for that first taste. Now, all right, so first taste day. Here we go. Wow, sweet butterscotch. Little hint of, you get a little bit of hint of like some spiciness in there, but it goes away pretty quickly. Mouth already drooling. Butterscotch sweetness up front. Something I didn't notice last time, it's like a little hint of apple in the background as well. Yeah. So initial taste, 80 proof. I'm gonna give that a 7 as well. Complexity. Let's go for that complexity. How does this evolve? You know, I always love that second taste. Caramel, chocolate, citrus, oakiness. Now darker chocolate in the background. Little like nuttiness coming through now. Lots of flavors going there. And the cool thing is, one's not taking over the other. Just going through. It's evolving from one to another, hinting at the last one, highlighting the last one, adding to it. Complexity on this, I mean, that's a solid complexity. I'm gonna give that an 8. Mouthfeel. How does this feel in the mouth, right? So when we looked at the glass, it stuck to the glass nicely. A lot of times 80 proofers are pretty low. They're not gonna stick. They're not gonna, you know, that oil's not gonna stay there. It's not gonna cover that whole mouth. It's gonna go away pretty quickly. So let's go in for that mouthfeel. Nice. Tip of the tongue, that little bit of spice. Mid palate is very creamy. Roof of the mouth is getting a little bit of that, and you usually get that with higher proof stuff. That you get that roof. You don't always get that with the low proof like this. Drooling. It's making my mouth drool. It's making my salivas come out. I'm wanting more. I'm enjoying this. Mouthfeel is nice and silky like I like it. Texture's nice and staying on there. Solid mouthfeel. So for the mouthfeel, I'm going to give that a 7.5. Finish. How does it stay? How long does it last? How does it come across on the tongue, right? So let's go in for that. So mouthfeel, the finish, I mean, for finish, it stays. I taste it. It holds on there. It's nice. This last taste was a tiny bit bitter. There's a little bit of bitterness in there that I hadn't noticed on the other ones. But it doesn't fade quickly. There's a nice, on the tip and on the mid palate, it's staying there. On the roof of my mouth, it's staying there. And I'm starting to get, so, you know, this is Texas and Kentucky. So Kentucky, Texas, a hug, you know, kind of a hug, kind of combination of the two. Just really nice. Just really nice finish on this. And look, even after all that talking, there's still a nice good hint of that on my mouth. That silkiness is still there. I'm going to give that also a 7.5. Would I buy again? Would I buy again? Let's go for a sip. Now, would I buy again? This, I think, is $35 bottle, if I remember correctly. 35, 40 bucks. 80 proof. Normally, I wouldn't even buy an 80 proof. I mean, that's just usually just too low for me. But 80 proof, and lots going on with it. Lots going on with this. And this is why I decided to review it. The first time I tried it on a live. And I thought, I started off with it. I thought, wow, there's a lot more to this than I thought. That's what made me think I'm gonna do a review. At $35, I'm definitely probably gonna keep one of these on my shelves at all times. I like it. This is, you know, their first edition. Looking to see what they come out with their second edition. But this first edition is just a banger. I mean, they're marking the hell out of it. I can see why. It's right now on the shelves. I think it's just being overlooked. I think people are overlooking it, and I'm definitely going to go grab 1 or 2 more bottles for this first edition. One, because I'm going to finish this one. I'll probably finish this one sharing this off with friends so I can have a backup. But I want a third one because when second edition comes out, I'm definitely going to want to blind them. I'm definitely going to want to do that. So would I buy again? This is probably going to get the highest. Would I buy again? 9. For the price and for the flavors and everything, that is a 9. So wow. Solid score, 46 out of 60. For me, that is a very solid score. Something that's 80 proof, $35 on the shelf here everywhere right now. Solid bottle. I recommend it. It's one of those that I'm gonna do one of those videos, you know, most bang for your buck, or you know, things under $40. This will be on that list for sure. Yep. Really enjoying this one. Really surprised me, and I thought, well, let's try it again. Let's see if it still does that. Still does all those things that it did to me that first time, and it's doing that. It's definitely a bottle worth trying. So speaking about trying, well, my friends, if you want to have a sample of this, you want to win a sample of this, all you have to do is go down in the bottom and hashtag Milam and Greene. Hashtag Milam and Greene. If you know of a bottle that's $40 and under, that's a banger bottle that you think I should like blind. I should do a $40 and under blind and put up against this bad boy. You let me know. I kind of want to do that video now, so I want your suggestions on $40 and under bangers, right? Well, my friends, thank you for joining me on another journey down my Texas whiskey rabbit hole. To our next journey, my friends, cheers.